like a lot of people say to me, "Oh, did you apply to the show?" Mate, I'd never apply for that show. You'll see the producers every day, like in the villa. Right. Like there's two of them, and they like you wake up in the morning, you have breakfast with them, and then they'll say like, "Right, Carl, go have a chat with Ollie over there. Go take him to." You know when they say, "Oh, can I pull you for a chat?" That's because the producers are telling them like, "Take Ollie for a chat over there."
Get walking, walk is only. Don't just talk, get walking. Don't just talk, get walking.
Nice intro, innit?
Yeah, good, mate.
Every person, I get off listening to the intro. Everyone I speak to talks about it, but I love hitting it.
I feel that took me away a little bit then, you know? It's good.
Well, guys, I've got the amazing Callum Macleod in the guest seat today. I wouldn't even say he's a guest. He's one of my best mates, so it's a privilege to have him here. But as you all are aware, Love Island is the hype at the moment. And at one stage, Cal was the hype train as well, and he still is in certain areas. He's a self-proclaimed nickname, Killer Cal.
I've heard that for a long time.
Wait, you said to me just before this podcast, call me Killer Cal.
No, I never. Just started off with.
But brother, how are you?
Very well, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, man. I feel like this is just going to be a normal chat. We caught up on Sunday and watched barely any Euros and just talked life.
Yeah, this could go anywhere, mate, couldn't it? So we could.
I know.
Let's just go with it.
What's been happening, brother? Anyway.
Oh, mate. Yeah, obviously, 5 years ago, the Love Island.
Yeah,
5 years ago, mate, and obviously it's back on now. But yeah, life's kind of just back to normal now, I guess. But obviously, married now and back to living a simple life. But yeah, it's good, mate. I'm happy, you know.
Nice, mate. Well, yeah, married. A lot of things have changed since 5 years. We'll bring it back actually, though. Obviously, I've watched bits and bobs of this Love Island this year, but it's quite interesting because I know you're on a different level. And I remember when you entered the island, the villa. It kind of hit me back a bit because if anyone knows you, Cal, you're one of the most down-to-earth blokes, loving, wear your heart on your sleeve, and I don't think that replicates you at all.
Yeah, no, definitely, and probably one of the least type of persons to go on that show, which kind of reflected when I was on there because I wasn't suited to it at all. I was so naive to that world, but it kind of, like a lot of people say to me, "Oh, did you apply to the show?" Mate, I'd never apply for that show.
Really?
Just because, like, it's not me, is it? You know me more than anyone. It's not me, is it? But it kind of come to me, and I was just like, right, do I do this? Do I go for it? But then I was just like, right, why not? Innit? Let's have a go. But then, as soon as you were kind of in there, it was like, this ain't me.
Yeah.
This is mad, but it's not me at all. You know.
Did you have to do like auditions and things like that, or?
No, not me personally. So this is what. So this is after speaking to the other guys who was on the show from the start. They were like saying, "Oh, we had like 6, 7, 8 auditions, interviews." For me, I was just like, I was on a night out with the boys over the Six Nations. That's how close it was to. I think you go on in like May, June time. Yeah. So Six Nations was like February. Yeah. And then we were just watching the game. And then like these two like girls come up to me and they were like, "You single?" And I was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, "Have you ever thought of doing like reality TV?" Yeah. And I was like, "What?" I said, what do you mean? And she was like, "We're from ITV." We said, "We can't tell you the show, but we're from ITV." And I was like, unless it's because Love Island was massive then. It's still big now, mate. It's huge. But at the time then it was and I was obviously a bit drunk and I was like, unless it's Love Island, I don't want to know. And he was like, "Oh, we are." And I was like, "What are you on about?" And she said her name. I said, "What's your name then?" She said, "Blah, blah." And I was like, "You've messaged me before on Instagram." So I like went back to my messages and I was like, "This is you." And I literally said the same thing. They messaged me saying, "Hi, we're from ITV. Are you interested in reality TV?" And I messaged back, "Unless it's Love Island, I'm not interested." Yeah. Just because how big the show was at the time. And she said on the message, "Oh, I can't disclose of this." So I just ignored it. I was just like, "I'm not interested." But there was the same girl who spoke to me there, and they were like, "Oh, can we have your number?" Blah blah blah. Obviously a bit drunk now. It's the second half now of the game. I was like, yeah. I was like, right, okay. I was like, yeah. With all the boys, like, yeah, have it. And then Sunday they ring me up. They were like, can you come to London Monday? I was like, They're like, can you come up? And he was like, we'll pay for the train. We just want to chat to you.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what level of interview, what stage this was at. And I was just thinking, all right, we'll have a little go. Like, you know, we'll see what's happening up there. Free train journey, free bit of food up there.
Yeah.
So I jumped on the train because I was working afternoons on Monday. So I was like, yeah, I went up on the train. And meets this guy outside the train, and then, well, I don't know, we met in like this cafe, and he takes me right to the ITV studios. I was like, what the hell is this? Straight into this room, and I'm sitting there, and they're like, oh, we're the producers of ITV. So I've missed everything now, and I'm just in this chair, and they're like, we're just gonna have a chat. So I'm just chatting to them, and they're like, just having a laugh with them, and that was that. And they were like, oh, cheers, thanks very much. And I just like left, went back on the train, went home, had some lunch, and went to work. And I was just like, this is weird. Like, I was like, what's happening here? And then a couple of days later, then this girl who's like kind of like the casting person, she messaged me and she was like, oh, they loved you. They want to see you again. Wow. I was like, but then no one was telling me like where I was, like what level of like where I was on the like interview stage or something. So like, oh, can you come up again? So like went up again. This was like a couple of weeks later. Had another chat, and then they were just like, yeah, we want you on the show. And I was just like, what? And I was like, oh, listen, I was like, I don't know. I was like, I need to speak to work. I was like, this is huge. Like, to me, this is massive.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to give up my job and that. And I was like, let me like have time to think about it. And they were like, yeah, we definitely, we want you on the starting lineup. We want you to start. So what I think happened is like, I think they have to get like a certain type of people on there. So they have to have like a Welsh lad or like a Welsh girl or like
English fella.
Yeah, or everyone from, just to have that diverse audience. And I think someone maybe like say there's like a Welsh guy was already lined up, had the interviews and that, and then they didn't, maybe backed out or dropped out or failed something. And then they were like, right, casters, get to Cardiff, find some Welsh boy to get on here. Because this was close now. We're in like March, April time now. And we're going on the show in June or whatever. So I was like, let me have some time, and like really mulled it over, like spoke to work and like just really like, what am I gonna do, really like
serious thoughts,
because it's not me, mate, is it? It's not what
with Deep Souls, man. You on that show is just like you're talking to people on a different wavelength.
100%, mate. And I thought, oh, I'll be okay. And like I was just so naive to what the show was about. I used to love watching it, and I believed everything, mate. I thought it was like so real. But it's not. Obviously, it's not. But
so, like, when you're going into the villa, like you've literally gone in now, not even really thinking, like, what have I got to do? Just be myself.
Yeah.
Did they give you prompts? Did they give you like, hey, like this is because. Obviously, when you watch on the glimpse, you might get part of this chat, and they put them together. Yeah. And it's just like set up for drama.
Completely. Like you'll see the producers every day, like in the villa. Right. Like there's two of them, and they like, you wake up in the morning, you have breakfast with them, and then they'll say like, right, Carl, go have a chat with Ollie over there. Go take him to, you know, when they say, oh, can I pull you for a chat? That's because the producers are telling them like, take Ollie for a chat over there. Yeah. And it's just like, oh, I was so naive. I didn't have a clue, mate. I didn't have, when the first day happened. The only thing that was legit is when you first walk in. Yeah. You walk in and, you know, you stand and then someone steps forward for you and all that jazz. That was real. And I was like, right, okay. And as soon as it kind of broke up, it was like, can you go chat to her? And I was like, I don't want to. I was like, I'd rather chat to her. And they were like, nah, leave her. You need to chat to her. They have their story, they have their line, they have their story, they have their what character you're gonna be, and you just gotta like play the part, if that makes sense.
But that's tough. That takes you back to school days when your mate's like, go talk to that girl over there. You like you feel awkward. You feel like you're just trying to pull something out.
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember in particular the girl they buddied that put you together. Yeah. That girl, like, she had toxic written all over.
I know, mate. And we're like the most not suited couple ever, are we? So
I remember seeing you. I think she when it got to like the nomination stage, she stood up and you were just sitting back like whatever.
Yeah,
like,
but I already knew at that point I was going.
Okay.
Because they made it like worse than what she was.
Oh, okay.
Because when I come off the show, they were like, oh, like the whole press were like, oh, she was horrible to you, and I was like, she wasn't that bad. Like, it was just, a lot of it was just banter.
Yeah.
But they didn't show what I was like saying back. But like, we were quite sound. We just said like, they paired us up. And then like, after like 2 hours, we were like, this ain't happening, is it? But they didn't show that. It was like, oh, let's just chill. Let's just like look after each other. Obviously, we would like speak when you're in bed and that, and we would just like, yeah, let's just chill out and then see if anyone generally comes in for us. So we were all sound. And then even like, obviously I was only in there for the first week. And then even like building up the week, we was like, whoever's picking now, we'll look after each other by ear. Yeah. And then see if something, so I was just like chilling. I was like, there's no one in here for me at the moment. I know I'm pretty safe. Let's just chill. Let's just enjoy it. Catch a tan.
Yeah,
enjoy the experience. So when the producer was like, "Oh, you need to go speak to her," I was like, "Nah,
not happening."
I was like, I'm not into that. I was like, I'm just gonna wait. And they were like, "Oh yeah, but do you know if you don't like meet someone, you're gonna leave now?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's cool." I was like, "I'm not bothered." I was like, "I'm really not that arsed." And then they were like, "Yeah, but you know, if you don't play ball with us, we're gonna have to get rid of you." And I was like, that's fine. Like, this is not like legit, is it? It's not real life. Like, if I gotta go, I gotta go. At the same time, I thought I was just, me and Amber, her name was, we're just gonna just be like, let's just like be sorted. Like, just keep each other and
look after each other.
Look after each other. And then genuinely, if someone comes in, as we said, let's go for it. Like, 'cause I do think like, I don't know. Like, a lot of people do go in there like thinking, yeah, you could meet someone.
Gonna find the love, like.
Most of them know how to play the game. Like, do you know what I mean?
What about the man Tyson Fury's brother, Tommy?
He's a legend, mate. He's probably one of the most down to earth, normal ones in there. Because I think he kind of lived that life anyway, going to these events and all that. He was kind of just like a down to earth guy anyway. And then when Molly came in for him, he was like saying to me, like, mate, she lives in Manchester. She's the same age as me. He's like, this could work. I was like, yeah, sound, happy days, isn't it? Yeah. Why not?
They're still together, aren't they?
Still together. Kid, yeah, they got a kid, yeah.
Fair play, man. It's it's just crazy. That is literally like a totally different world, and for someone to make you be like this now, or act like this now, it's, I don't know. Some people can play the game, can't they? People,
and a lot of them, like, a lot of people will go in there for their careers, and like, because these guys were in, which is nothing against them, they were in this world anyway. They were like trying to push their profile and they were going on that show for a purpose. They knew then when, like, oh, go have a chat with her. But I'm going to have a chat. Like, to me, I'm gonna get some airtime here. I'm gonna get some. Well, I was just like, I'm going back to work in 6 months. Like, I'm just here for the holiday. Like, you know.
Will work okay with you?
Yeah, I had to like officially like leave, because if I was to do anything on national TV, which would brand damage the company, it's not great, is it? No. But they were really good and they were really open, and they just said, like, kind of go do your thing. They were supportive of it, because I was like, if you say to me, you ain't ever coming back to this job, I ain't going on that show, because I love my job, mate.
Yeah, and
I enjoy it. Like, so I was like, I'm not giving that up. Like, no chance.
Now you're still there today.
Back here today. Went back after 5 months, mate. So yeah, I love it.
Who was on the show? Obviously, like, it is what it is now. It's been years ago since that's happened now. But like, was there anyone on the show who just like they had a background in acting or like?
Well, like, if you looked at like Molly, she was like, when she came in, we was just chatting to her. She was like, "Oh, what do you do?" I was like, "Oh, I'm an aircraft engineer." She was like, I was like, "What do you do?" She's like, "I'm an influencer." I was like, "What's that?"
Back then, that was
and that wasn't a big thing back then, but it is in Manchester and London. That's huge, isn't it? And like, she was telling me what she did, and she was telling me what she was earning as an influencer pre-Love Island, and it was 6 figures. Like, to me,
imagine what she's making now.
Oh, mate, multi-millionaire, like, you know. So they were already in that world, and they knew how to I say play the game, but how to promote themselves and how to like. Some things people were doing, and that week I was in, I was like, oh my God, they're going to melt when they see that on TV. They're going to be cringing. But then I watched it back, and I was like, oh, that looked good. Like, to me, that came across funny, but they knew what they were doing. Yeah. I was just like...
Obviously, your journey on it was short, but you got so much exposure. Yeah. I don't even know how you dealt with it, Cal, because obviously I was in Australia, but I was over there. Like, I was like, boys, that's my mate. That's my mate. And but like you moved to London for a bit.
Yeah.
You got going to events all the time. Yeah. Appearances all the time.
Yeah.
No one no one really teaches you from being an aircraft engineer
No.
to being this, celebrity.
Yeah,
to an extent. How do you deal with it?
Oh, mate, it was. You just kind of go with it. It's. I can't even describe. And I was fortunate to go on the show probably in its peak. I'd say. I do think it's dying off a bit now. There's been so many in it.
Loads.
I think we're up to like, I don't even know what season we're on now. But at the time, it was massive. Like, I obviously only spent 5 days on the show. I come out with like 500,000 followers.
I know.
Which is ridiculous, mate. For like,
start with a couple thousand now.
yeah, like for someone, I think I even had 1,000. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, you are just chucked into this world which is so unknown to you. But you just kind of just go with it, I guess.
Yeah.
You kind of just. But there was one point, mate, because I'll tell you the story. Because when you first go on, they say, right, you're going to be on the show. You do all like the psychiatric tests, make sure you're stable enough, make sure you've got, you can handle it basically. And just chatting to the lady up in ITV, and she's going through all the questions, and she was like, what are you most scared about about going on the show and potentially having fame? And I answered the question. She was like, we've never heard that answer before of the 5 series. And all I just said, it was like, the only thing I'm worried about, I said, I don't really care about the press and all this stuff. I said, I'm just really worried about giving up the life I've got now. And she was like, what? Are you sure you want to do this? I was like, no. I was like, I'm really not sure I want to do this. Cause I was like, I'm enjoying my life. Like, I've got a good family. I've got good friends. I love my job.
Yeah.
I'm living on my own. Life's good. Like, I mean, I'm just 28-year-old boy, just living for the weekend, basically.
Yeah.
And she was like, are you sure you want to do this? And I was like, I'm really on the fence here. And then you come out the show, and it's mad. Like, you can't, like, to the point where you were like, you when I first walked down like St. David's, I remember the first weekend I come off, I went to meet my friends in Cardiff, and I just couldn't walk through St. David's. I couldn't, and it was just kids and that, like, do you mean?
Yeah.
But I was like, this is mental. And then went to London then, and it was even worse because it was like huge. And I remember just in my hotel room, and I was like, I'm just going to go get Nando's. I couldn't go to Nando's, right? Because it was just youngsters everywhere, kids everywhere, just wanting selfies and that.
Wow.
And I remember just sitting back in like the hotel room, and I thought, oh, what have I done? Yeah, really. I was like, oh my God, what have I done? Like, I've given up just a simple life for this. But luckily, because I was only on there such a short period of time, it's 5 minutes of fame, mate. I mean, you have a couple of years, and then it's like it just dies off, and I was like, this is good now.
But you're still getting coverage now. You're still doing, you're getting appearances still. You're still getting like nice little getaways.
Yeah,
You just you had a nice little trip to Cyprus, didn't you?
Did a little cruise and that. Yeah, that's the perks, mate. That's the fun part of it. But you don't get stopped in the street and that.
Yeah.
You get the odd one on a night out, or you get a bit of abuse off somewhere like. But
I was going to say, did you get much abuse?
yeah, you get loads of abuse. Yeah. You get loads of abuse, yeah.
What do they say though? What's
they just say like you'll have some like guy in Cardiff or whatever, just some like absolute unit, like giving you lips. Oh, I don't know, you were crap on our show, blah blah blah. And I'll just be like, yeah, you do really well, mate. Like,
you should have done it.
But you think at the time on the show, you think you're doing well because you don't see what they show. Of course. I thought, like, I'm sound here, like I'm coming across all right. Like, to me, I'm just coming across tidy. But which I know I did because my press was all just like, oh, you're too normal,
you're too nice,
you're too nice. Yeah,
you're not creating drama.
Yeah,
you wasn't
just chilling.
Yeah,
because like, all these people, like, they were like creating drama after like 2-3 days, and I was like.
Yeah,
you don't even know these girls, like, to me.
Yeah,
like, what are you doing?
Well, like, I watched one of the episodes the other day, and like, for instance, the girl would go up to one girl and be like, "Can I have a word with you, please?" And they take them to like this table, and everyone sits back on the green area and just watches them talk, and they can hear them talking. I'm like,
but that's because the producers have said, "Oh, go have a chat over there.
Go have a chat with her and stir shit up."
Yeah. But I was like really like I'm conscious anyway because I don't think it's good to like talk about anyone or like I'm quite like I don't like doing it, do I?
No, it comes around and bites you in the ass.
Yeah. So when you're on national TV, I was like extra
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna say like, and people would try get stuff out. Oh, what do you think of? What do you think he's playing on? I'll just be like, oh, it's up to him, mate. And then like he can do what he wants, kind of thing. Because I knew, I'm not gonna slag anyone off now, let alone when I'm on TV, because they're gonna see it, innit? But that's what makes good TV, isn't it?
That's what makes good TV. And that's why I think even sometimes, like, I struggled to watch the programs, and now you just said as the time's gone on, they've gone down.
Yeah.
I just find that it's too much drama.
It is.
And like Carl, like I said, you're one of my closest mates. You prevent that. You're running away from it.
I hate drama. Yeah.
You know, if anyone knows you, you're
Yeah.
you know, you love your family. You've got a good support network. You've got good friends. You just, you know, you keep in your lane, train. You know, that's you.
Yeah, simple life, mate.
Maybe that psychiatric test, they should have been like,
I
brother,
know.
listen, probably
this
not.
This is what I was saying to them. I was like, because they were saying questions like, oh, what would you do if someone stole your girl? And I was like, well, I'd say, my answer was like, well, she's not really my girl after like a week, is she? So they can do what they want, like, do you mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, what would you do if someone kicked off? And I was like, I don't know, probably just jump in the pool or something, like, just get away from it.
Just
like,
have a feed or something.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call. And I said to them, you're probably picking the wrong guy here to go on this show, because this is not me, but it's their call, isn't it? So
how, like, from what you've seen of this one now, the Welsh boy, what's his name?
Kieran, I think.
Kieran.
Yeah.
I see little, like, you know, clickbaits on social media and stuff. He seems like he's doing okay.
He's doing good. I'm not watching it religiously, mate, because I'm just picking up here and there. But I think he's doing all right. I think he's coming across really well. So,
what advice would you give him now if he was to listen to this?
It depends what he wants. It depends what type of life he wants.
Mate, I heard he said something to the girl the other day. She said, how many people have you slept with?
I know.
Come on, 120 birds by 21.
Yeah, well.
Fuck, that dick's about to fall off, surely.
Mate, I know, I thought that. Is he
21?
Has he said it for the cameras, or? But you don't
know.
know.
Yeah.
You don't know, mate.
Now you're saying that now,
Yeah.
you can't. Yeah, that would definitely go in my mind now. Have they just said that to stir the pot?
Yeah. I don't know, mate. They could be saying, because they'll ask him, "Oh, are we alright to say this? We say this about you?"
21 is a different age.
Different age, yeah.
You're going in at 28.
28. I was older in it, but my series was quite old. There was a few of us older in there.
21, man. Reflect on who you was at 21 to who you are now.
Yeah,
totally different.
Different gravy, mate. You learn so much in your 20s, don't you?
Yeah, I reflect now and go,
yeah,
how different I was. You're an idiot when you're like,
100%. Yeah. But yeah, going back to your question, it depends what he wants. If he wants, I don't know, like they say, like, how many contestants in there? 30 a year, maybe 40. I don't know, whatever, with all the cast and all that. 5 of them really make it big time, where you can like change. So if he wants that, I'd say play the game. Do what they say.
Yeah.
If you just want to like dip in and out, have your little 5 minutes of fame like I did,
then
just be yourself, and then come out and then go back to normal life. Like, yeah, it depends what you want.
How long after did you find it got back to normal life for you?
I'd probably say until the next year time, when the next show come on, because it's like someone else's turn then, and that's the way I looked at it. And you just become, you've had your year, you've done all of like the nightclub appearances, you've done the shop openings, you know, you've made your money, and then someone else is let them have a go then. Because I remember it was like Connor, he was the next Welsh lad, lovely boy, and I was like, off you go now, mate. You're gonna get all the gigs now. Because you're the most relevant person. And then the next one, then it was like that Liam, Riordan. They'll do all that. So you just do it like that, you know? So
what was your biggest thing? What was your biggest giveaway you had, like free thing you had from it?
Oh, mate. I don't know. I don't like to say, mate. I don't like to say.
My house.
Yeah, no.
What was the thing? Didn't you have your fencing or something? No. Are we allowed to talk about that or
yeah,
not?
you can. I just don't like to say, because I don't want to look like...
I'm like, where's my go? I want to.
Yeah, you get and the benefits are unbelievable, and they are amazing. Like, you have some really good cool things, good experiences, and like you rub shoulders with like some big celebrities, if that makes sense, which is cool. I mean, it's you can't. It's nothing to look back and think, oh, that was rubbish, because it is fun. I remember the first party I went to. They were like, oh, you've been invited to this party. And this is like 2 weeks after coming out now. And I was like, oh, okay. And then they were like, oh, we'll pick you up in a cab, drop you off. I just remember opening the cab and just seeing like white, right? It was just paparazzi, just smashing in my face. And I was like, what the hell is this?
Wow.
And then they were like, oh, come this way. Just walked into this party down these steps. And they were like, oh, look, it's a free bar, just help yourself, blah, blah. And then just like seeing a few of the other people off the show, got chatting with them. And then I remember this guy like put his arm around me and he was like, oh, yeah, mate. He was like, you come across really genuine. And I looked and I was like, Robbie Williams.
Wow.
And I was like, this is mad.
No way.
Yeah, like obviously you must watch a show or whatever. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, and then it's like Keith Lemon was in there. There's big like celebrity. I was like, this is cool. Like, I mean, I'm loving this. Like, this is amazing.
If he's saying that to you, mate.
Yeah.
Like Robbie Williams.
Yeah. It's mental, mate. But that's just the power of the show or of what it was at the time. Like, you know.
Good things, man.
But yeah, you can't complain because it is like, you look back at it now and you think that was fun. That was really good fun.
Not many people can say that.
Exactly, and that's the main reason I went on it, because I remember thinking, which way am I going to regret going on it, or am I going to regret not going on it? And because I haven't like looked for it, will I sit back in like when I'm in my armchair 80 and think, oh, do you know what? I wish I'd just give that a go and just see what happens. But now I can look back and say it was good fun. Like, it was really good fun. Loved it.
Love it, man.
Loved it.
Without it spinning to a negative, how did you find, for instance, like every person who becomes famous or anyone who goes in this life, they have like kind of Klingon people, people who jump on the bandwagon now, and you've got your day ones. How did you experience that essentially, or not really?
You experience it like up in London.
Yeah.
You have the like the guys or girls who want to go on the show. Yeah. And they'll like see you in an event and they'll try be your mate. But everyone, because I'm friendly with everyone back home. Like it was just like you catch up with people and everyone wants to know the story, don't they? Because it's quite a unique thing to do.
Massively.
So didn't find no problems back home, but you do like when you're up in London, you start. You can sense it a mile off, mate. You just they want us. You're getting invited to all these events. They're there as well, and they want to come to the next one, and they want to come to the next one after that. So you just kind of just take the rough with the smooth, and you let it happen.
How did you find living in London?
Not me, mate.
Nah,
it was good experience. Yeah. I like the slow life, mate. I like the simple life. It's manic up there, and like you kind of looked at it like so when you come out, you have like a million messages off like managing agencies, and they'll say like, oh, let me sign you, because they know it's quick cash. Because if they chuck you in a nightclub for a night, they get 20% of that. If you're doing a shop opening, 20% of that. So pretty much every single management agency up there will like want to sign you, and then you pick whichever one you want. But then as soon as they've made that quick hard cash, they dump you. I must have had about, I reckon, 5 or 6 over the years.
Well, like managers.
Yeah, because they'll rinse you, they'll take all the money, and then they'll dump you off then. Yeah. But like I like signed. I don't know what you call it, like a celebrity manager. Signed with one of them who does like your nightclub appearances, all that, your Instagram posts, all your clothing brands and that. And then I don't know how I got signed for like a modeling agency, which I thought would be like, I thought this is gonna be cool. This is what I'm up for this. Like, do you mean? And you think of like, when you look at like to be a model, you think, oh, you just see the lights, you just see the thing, but like the day-to-day graft they gotta do. Yeah. Oh my god, it's horrendous.
Really?
It's hard work, mate.
Smile again.
No, so you basically go into an audition every day, like an actor, but you just go in, you stand, you pose, and then you leave.
Like,
yeah. So they create a book for you, which I again, so naive to this world, never been a model in my life, I haven't got a clue. So when this agency comes to me, they're like, oh, we think you could be a model. Yeah, all right, and let's have a go at this, innit? And then thinking it'd all be the glims and the glitter and amazing. And then they were like, they're like, right, we're going to do your portfolio. Did the portfolio, give me this book. I was like, that doesn't even look like me, but we'll go with it. Like, they make you look unbelievable. And then they're like, right, this is yours. Here's your casting cards, which is like your height, your weight, and a couple of pictures of you. And then they were like, right, Monday morning, this is where you need to be. And it was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 different castings just dotted around London.
So you just rush over to.
So you just have to get on the tube all day. So my life was living in London was just casting all day for these jobs, and you'd get like 1 in 10, if that. because you'd see these models on the same route as you, and mate, these are good-looking boys. Like, I mean, these are really handsome.
Don't cut yourself short, Kel.
I know, but I'm not that. I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I'm not there. And I'm just sitting on this train with these. And you get talking to them. They're like, "Oh, are you off next? Oh, I got to go to River Island now for a casting." I was like, "Oh, I'm me." And I'm thinking, "You're way better looking than me, so you're gonna get it."
I'm gonna turn around now, bro.
Yeah, what's the point, isn't it? So I'm spending all day now casting, walking around with my book, and then just going in and saying, and then they look at your book, and then they look at you. And then they say, "Oh, we'll take a card. Thanks very much. Right, onto the tube now. Go again." And then I'd have to go do a PA in the night then, which is like a nightclub appearance, which is like 2 a.m. And then back up in the morning, do it again. And then I was like, this it. And then the novelty wears off. And then you'd have an event which you need to be to, because it's like, even though you won't get paid to go to an event, it's good press. So like my manager would be like, you need to stay in the public eye, keep going to these press, keep going to these red carpets, film events, because it just keeps you busy, keeps you looking.
Opportunities
pop up, yeah. And I was like, I'm burning out here. This is mad. And I remember this one weekend, I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm cooked, because I was like, I had a PA in North Wales, and my manager would drive me. He'd take me to it. So we went up to North Wales, and then he was like, right, I'm going to drive back to London now after the PA, because he's like, I need to get back. So we drove to North Wales from London. Drove back, I think. Oh, that's what happened. We had an event in Kistry the next day to watch Kistry in one of these parks, which was awesome. I slept in Bush's house. So you dropped me off like 4 a.m.
What?
Slept in Bush's house. Me and Bush then went to Kistry. We stayed. I managed to get like a free hotel, so we stayed there. Got up in the morning. I had to get on a train to Manchester to another event, and then from Manchester on the Monday to go to Brighton to another event. I remember just being on the train thinking, I'm done. I want to go back on the spanners. Like,
let me be an engineer again.
Yeah, I want to get up at a nice time. Finish this time. Go for a little walk and come home and have a spag bol. Like
garlic bread spag bol.
Yeah, yeah.
Jay does do a nice one.
Unbelievable, mate. The best.
Hey, I'm waiting for my next invite.
I'm always asking you, mate.
We'll get on to Jade in a bit.
Yeah,
she's a hell of a girl. She's amazing, and
yeah, she's good.
We'll move on to the married life after.
Yeah.
But kind of makes sense, man. Why it's not for
it's
everyone.
not. Yeah, and it's not. People, you're looking at it from the outside in, but once you're in it, it's not amazing.
Who was that presenter?
Caroline Flack.
Yeah, she got abused so much.
Got abused, yeah. So she killed herself, didn't she?
I bet there's so many people, man, that come off that show with mental health issues.
Oh, mate, yeah, seriously. They give you like fair play to ITV. They give you help after
counselling and things like that,
if you want it. Like I had one, and they were like, "You all right?" I was like, "I'm sorry.
Just want to get back on the aircraft."
I'm like, I didn't expose of it enough to. I had the publicity, but it wasn't. Touch wood, I had the quite nice publicity. It was all nice stuff people say about me, so I didn't really feel some of the guys had it tough, like, you know.
Yeah, I suppose the more you put yourself out there, more, like as in, well, like you just said, a lot of them are trying to get a career, this. Where you were more like, I'm not sure. Yeah. So happy, man. You turned. Like, I know you turned the way you did. Like I said, you've come out the same person who went in there, grounded.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool to see that. Not many people come on the shows and come out of a different. You know,
I just think it was what I went in there for. I was like, I'm not going in there to change my life. I'm not going in there to change my job. Even if I won the show, I genuinely think I'd be back on the spanners. Like,
really?
Yeah, just because I just enjoy it. I just like that type of lifestyle. So I think I was just kind of going in there just not to have any regrets. And like, if I met someone, then great. That would have been amazing, because it would have been pretty cool to. Yeah.
Was there anyone on the show where you were like, I could possibly date this one?
Not when the week I was in there. Like, there was no one in there for me, and that's what I generally weren't like trying as such, because I was like, there's no point.
I've not actually got my tail up here.
Yeah, they were lovely girls and that, but I was like, there's no one.
Lovely's not enough.
Yeah, no, I didn't connect with them. Yeah,
we know this.
We know that, don't we? But when you come out, you meet people and you think, oh, you know, you're a nice girl, or someone off the show, but the world, it's just a crazy world, man. Unless you want to live in it, there's no point, like, you know.
Yeah, fair enough to you, man. It's credit to you. It's
good fun.
It was good fun.
Yeah, it was very good fun.
I feel like there's more stories. I want to know. Was there anyone that, like you said, Robbie Williams, Keith Lemon? Is there anyone else you bumped shoulders with that you thought, like, there's some people probably preconceived on TV, like they're the cool guy, but actually off air they're actually a bit of a dick. And then you got someone who's maybe a bit of a dick on TV, but off air they're actually a legend.
Yeah. So you meet some really, really good people, like really nice, and you think, you're my type of boy, like, or my type of girl. You're a nice person, but then you do meet some, and you think, normally, it's the ones like, do you know the big stars? Like, I remember we went to an event before, and Tom Jones was there, one of the biggest stars, just a real nice, down to earth guy, just happy to have a chat. But then the celebrities who are kind of like, I would never call myself a celebrity, but the people who are at the bottom level, the Z-listers or whatever you want to call them, the 5-minute fames, they're the ones who kind of like come across
like they're the big dogs.
Yeah, because they want it.
Tom Jones is just like,
he don't need to prove anything to anyone, does he? So like they are the bigger stars are like just really nice people, but then the ones who are just like just maybe trying, they sometimes come across and you think, just want to get on with the boys, like, and
spag ball
on a Wednesday, like.
I want to talk to you a little bit about love, because after that, like, let's be honest, there's probably a lot of people who flock themselves for you after that, especially girls, not just for the right intentions, then some for the wrong intentions, like you said, to get their leverage off it, you know. And how did you deal with that? Yeah,
that was mad. That was quite hard for me to digest, because you like you said, you have it for the wrong reasons, and again, that's probably not me at all. I'm all about the right reasons when it comes to relationships and that. And it was hard to, like, you'd have messages or you'd see people and like you'd think to them, oh yeah, I'd like to take them out, or we could go for a coffee or something, and then all they wanted to do was come to your next event because they wanted to be in that limelight. So there was even like that 6 months up in London before coming back to work, there was like, you don't really have the time to like to date as such, but there was no one there that I thought, this is real. Like, I mean, every person I met, it was just because you had that blue tick now and you were relevant because you've just come off one of the biggest TV shows in the UK, you know, which is sad, mate.
Sad, it's shallow.
Because you do see a lot of them still single. Okay. At this time, because of the life they live. It's a mad life they live. It's constantly like the things I was saying. Imagine that for years on end. Where do you have time to go for a coffee or to go on a date? Like, it's hard, isn't it?
Do you reckon you would have met Jade if you were still? How old were you when you met Jade?
We met her before the show.
Before the show, but then you were actually going out.
Then we went out with each other, like, well, when COVID started.
Because I think about it, like, well, I don't know how old you were when COVID started. How old?
29, I guess. Yeah.
This was a year after.
A year after, yeah.
Imagine if you met her 6 months after that. Do you think it would have?
No, because we knew each other as well, because we were friends before. Yeah. So we met before the show, dated a little bit. Nothing really happened. Then I went on the show, come out. It was just manic, and then after that, then we kind of just started dating again, and then it was like, right, this is cool, and obviously got married then later. But yeah, when I was living in it, we couldn't. I remember saying to her on a night out, I was like, I can't. I'd like to go out for a coffee, but I can't. Like, I mean, I can't. I haven't got time. I'm not here. Like, you don't want to live this type of life for now, but I was like, I'm coming home soon. So like,
do you believe in timing then?
100%, mate. Because
we've had this chat a little bit about timing and things happen. Some people don't believe in it, some people do. Yeah. But I think you've got to be in the right place in life as well.
100%, yeah.
Imagine you living the life of London, doing all these things. And
yeah, you couldn't do it, mate. 100%.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
I just think timing in life, like a lot of my mates settle down in their early 20s. I look at my early 20s now, I was nowhere near ready to, and if I met my wife in my early 20s, we probably never have worked out. Yeah. Because I enjoyed going out all the time then. Yeah. And now I don't.
I think as well, though, it's like, I think every relationship teaches you something as well. Teaches you what you like and what you don't like.
100%.
And I think, like, I give all credit to someone who's met someone out of school and they're with them still today. Yeah. In fact, that's some work to do that as well, though, because you're working the whole time together, right? Like,
and you change, like,
that's what I mean.
You're not the person you were in school, were you?
Exactly, man. Exactly. Like, we talk about this. Yeah. Like, even if the cameras are mic going on right now, we have these conversations just in general in life, and that's probably grateful a lot for you, man, because I feel like I can speak to you and you speak to me, and we kind of like we think a bit different in
Yeah, we do,
certain
yeah.
aspects.
Bit deeper, bit deeper than the normal.
Yeah, man, we are. But credit to you, bro. Like for you to live this life, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could get exposed to that life. I don't know how it would affect me.
Yeah, I didn't really. I don't know. I think the way I looked at it, I just looked at it like a little holiday, like a 6-month holiday or like a year holiday. I was like, let's just experience it. And I remember just thinking to myself, if I really hate it that much, I just need to delete Instagram, delete Twitter, and just get off the face. And just like Bridgend is a small place, and I absolutely love living here. But you can live a real simple life here, which is good.
Yeah.
So I thought if I just delete everything, everyone knows me most people know me in Bridgend anyway, so I'm not going to get bothered, and I'll just go home. I'll just get away from London, and that's the way I looked at it. So that was my kind of way of getting through it. I thought, right, if I do this and I hate it, let's just get back. Let's just go back, which I think is not a bad way to do it. Like,
not at all. I think you've kind of weighed up the pros and cons and go, I can still go back to my life.
Yeah.
I think the best thing I love when people meet you, they have the kind of like this preconceived thought of Cal being on Love Island. He must be a bit of a fuckboy or an idiot, this and that. And they're like, wow, he's a really nice guy. And I'm like, what did you expect?
Yeah.
What did you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I bet you get that a lot.
Yeah. But again, a lot of people knew me before. And like, everyone I spoke to, they're like, what are you doing going on that show? And I was like, I don't know. Yeah. I was like, I really don't know. They're like, that ain't you. And I was like, I know. I said, they just asked me to do it. I thought, why not? But, which I kind of take as a compliment, because nothing wrong with going on that show, but probably a shy boy, I'd say, maybe. I don't know. Confident in my ways.
I think we're confident in you, in what you know.
Yeah.
Like all of us.
Yeah.
And I think if we're not, I think you warm to people.
Yeah.
I think you like to make people feel like you're a welcoming person. And you like to make someone feel good. Is that fair?
Of course. Yeah, definitely.
And similar personality traits in that way, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not like the most. I'm not the person in the party to be standing up, and that's not me, is it? I'm not.
Wait, I seen your wedding. You had your shirt off.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I did go a bit out for the wedding. Yeah.
I think you did do your pants and your what are they called?
That was my best man, wasn't it?
Yeah. What are things called?
Dungarees.
Dungarees or whatever. Yeah, the
suspenders.
Suspenders.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. That was a good wedding, man.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Fuck, it was messy.
Yeah.
I loved every part of it. And I got absolutely clean off.
Yeah.
Like, pissed up at the end of it. I remember spewing on the way home.
Yeah, and me.
Didn't you back it up the next day?
Yeah, we did like wine tasting the next day because we got married in the vineyard.
Yeah. What a nice day, nice and warm.
Beautiful, mate, wasn't it? Lucky.
Yeah.
This time last year. Well, just gone. So it's been a year.
This time last year.
16th of June last year. Yeah.
I don't think it was August. No.
Just because the weather was so hot.
Yeah, it was nice, wasn't it?
I was boiling.
Good times.
Yeah, it was a good day. It was a really good day.
You come in, we were all spinning.
Yeah, it was a small wedding, but it was a good one, wasn't it?
Oh, it was class. And your old man, he's a character.
No, he probably would have done better on the show than me, because he's a bit more out there. Yeah, he loves all that,
He's proper out there, though. Like,
he's massively out there. Yeah.
You reckon you got a bit more of your mum?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a mixture.
Yeah.
I mean, a nice balance. My mum's quite like, where she's quite a reserved person, quite quiet. Yeah. Lovely, really rock of the family, like. But Dad's a bit of the wild one.
Yeah.
Always has been, but then brings good fun and good energy.
How did you know with Jade? Besides being a beautiful girl.
Yeah, I don't know. It just
don't mind me asking.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just kind of felt right. Like, you just sometimes you meet people, and like we always talk about having that honeymoon stage and having that lust and having that fun at the start, which is amazing. But then when that dies off, it's like, I don't know, it just kind of felt right. Like, we had so many similar traits, which we get along really well. We barely argue, and I just thought, oh, this is nice. This is good. And you just I just big believer, if someone comes into your life, they need to bring something. They need to be extra for you. And she was, and I was like, oh, this is cool, like, to me. And I just liked, it was a massive thing for me that because we knew each other before, because we dated before, having that blue tick and having that little 5 minutes of fame, I knew he was legit.
She wasn't here for the wrong intentions.
And she's not that type of girl, like, And I was just like, this just feels nice. This is just good. I'm just going with it, and then it just snowballs him. Next thing you know, you're on one knee down Ogmore.
Amazing, man. That's class. I love that. It's yeah, she's a really good girl.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say about that was, How has she dealt with, like, obviously she's been invited now to do these things with you. You go on these events, and I wouldn't say she's a shy girl, but I don't know if not everyone's designed for.
Yeah, but she loves it.
Does she?
Yeah, she liked me for saying it, but she can't complain because, again, I don't want to like come across as not arrogant or whatever, because it's not arrogant, because it's gifted to you, and it's just luck. It's pure luck, innit? But some of the stuff we do is really cool. Like, it's really fun, and like I'm just so grateful for the opportunities that we've had. But she comes along with it now. Do you mean? And she loves it, because we live such a normal life where we get up every Monday morning to go to work, and we come home and we have tea, and we'll go for a walk in the evening. But then every now and again, then we gotta go to London, or we gotta go to somewhere for like a red carpet or whatever. So you dip into it, and then you come home.
Get back.
And then you get back. So it's a good experience. But she does say, like, when we do go to these things, she's like, "Oh, they're not my type of people, mind." And I said, "They're just different. They're very extroverts, and they're very quite loud. But that's how they're in this industry. That's what makes them good at what they do,
because they are out there.
Because they are out there.
So, I remember last year when I was playing rugby a bit up north. One of the boys in our team, his missus, had like a modelling and acting agency. And she said to me, while you're doing this, do you want to do a little bit of like, what's it called? The guys in the back. Casting.
What do you call it? I can't even think of it.
Like people in the background.
Yeah. Extras.
Extras in movies and series. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And I'm quite extroverted, I believe. Yeah. And there I am now. So we get to this one place. And, I'll tell the full story. So I had this car. The club gave me a car, and it wasn't taxed. So I drove from Wigan over to Liverpool. As I was getting to Liverpool, a policeman pulled me over, and he's like, "Excuse me, mate, do you realise the car's not road tax?" And I was like, "No, it should be." I said, "The club sorted it out." And he's like, No, it's not. And I was like, "Fuck, what do I do? I'm in Liverpool." He's like, "Oh, mate, can you get someone to do you a solid and drop you home?" And I was like, "From Wigan to Liverpool's over an hour, mate. I ain't going there. And I've got to rush to this job." And I was like 5 minutes late. And he was like, "Listen, mate, we're going to have to take this, pick it up and take it to the car wreckers, or like not wrecker, the pound area."
Yeah.
It was a Friday and it was a long weekend. He's like, "You won't get back till Tuesday?" I was like, "Mate." He's like, "Listen, pal, I'll do you a solid. We'll take the car, but I'll drop you to this acting thing." So I'm in the back of the paddy wagon now. He's in the back of the car, locked, like he's locked the door on me. I was like, "Listen, mate, it's right next to Everton football stadium." I go, "Listen, mate." He goes, I said, "It's just there, pal." And he goes, "Right, okay. Do you want me to park you out front?" I was like, no, don't park me out front. First day there. Yeah. He come out of the car because I couldn't get out myself. He let me out of the car, and I walked into this casting thing. And I was embarrassed as it was, because I've just come out of a police car anyway. Got into the trailer. There's all this food there. They like said be there this X amount, like certain time, 7 o'clock, I think. So I got there just a bit later. Actors weren't even there till 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So anyway, we get on the set, the main actors, and they are proper out the gate, like singing, screaming, and we're in the back room. We're not even on set, and they're like proper out the gate, and I'm like, fuck. There's extroverts, and then there's these people.
Yeah, next level.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Is it like they're screaming for attention, or is it just
is that just their personality?
Yeah. And I was like, fuck me dead. This is So for you to be in that limelight, where you're on the creme de la creme. I've got like people who are just on a Netflix series and not that big yet. I was thinking, this ain't for me.
But they are lovely people.
Lovely, but
really nice people. But they're just out there, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're just really out. But I do think like the Welsh as a nation, we are different to we are. Like the English or the Londoners or the people up in Manchester, because we are a lot more relaxed and a lot more chilled. I
think we're just not exposed to it as much. But I do believe there's a time and a place to prompt each other, to be like, promote each other. Yeah. But yeah, it hit me off guard when I seen this, and I was like, it's not for everyone.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not.
No, but mate, how is life now anyway? How many years has it been there? 5 years?
5 years, yeah.
I feel like I can talk about your life, but I want you to talk about how's life been now.
Yeah, it's good. It's
married.
Just obviously been married a year now. Back doing what I enjoy, as in work. Just live a simple life, mate. And I thoroughly enjoy it. Love where I live. Love my friends. Love my family. Yeah, it's great.
We love a good old coffee chat, though.
Love a coffee. Love a catch up. I feel like I just do it forever.
Nice, mate.
I don't strive for anything more, to be honest.
Yeah, man, I think it's a really good way to look at this for a lot of people who are listening out there. I think they're always thinking the grass is always greener over there, but it's actually where you water it the most, isn't it?
100%. And like, I just think, what's life about? And I just think, right, it's just about living. But I look at life, just enjoy it. Yeah. That's what we're here for. You just need to enjoy your life. So if you're happy with what you're doing and you're enjoying it, why change? Like if you're not happy and if you're not happy with this life and you do want that, go for it. And if that makes you happy, then great. Just find a place where you're happy and then just roll with it.
Roll with it. That's so true, man. Because
that's all we're here for, isn't it? There's no other purpose what life's about in my eyes. You just need to enjoy it, and then that's it.
Can you give me an experience? Not experience. Can you give me one of your favorite, trips that you've from that from that journey?
As in, like, away? What? Because of Love Island? There's been a few, mate. Probably one of the best ones we had was one, and we've been abroad and on these ships and all this jazz in it, but we got offered to go to just like a little cottage in Cotswolds the other day, and I just took a few with the friends, for the guys. That was probably the best one we had. Only 2 nights up there. Cotswolds, and it was a mate, just chilling with my friends. Nothing up there. Went to the pub for the day, come back. Probably one of the most. I thought this is wicked. Like, this is. There's only 6 of us went up there.
Class.
And it's peaceful, mate. It was nice. It was very because it was just us lot. Because a lot of these things you go to, like you get sent away, and again, so grateful for it. But you still gotta like perform, and you still gotta like do work for them. And you still gotta blog for them and do all that jazz.
Didn't you like this last trip as well? There was a couple other influencers there. Yeah. They had like a camera crew with them. Yeah. You just out for the week.
I'm walking around Santorini with a film crew behind my back. Honestly, mate.
So you're kind of on.
You're on, yeah. You are on. So it looks good on Instagram, and you make it look amazing. And again, I'm not saying a bad word about it, because I'm so grateful for it. And it's amazing to see the world, but you still, like, it's not like going on, like we went to Asia the month before, didn't we? But that was our holiday, and we just travelled for a month. But there's there's no pressure to think I've got to put 4 stories up a day and then make a reel by the end of the week. Like, there's none of that jazz. It was just enjoy the moment and go with it.
Fair play, man. Well, man, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
It's good.
Feel like I could knock this off and we'll do another 2 hours anyway.
Easy, mate.
You got to get back to the garden, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. My hands, mate.
Graft them hands, mate. Come on.
She wants a patio done, so we're trying to get it done.
Well, I look forward to coming over again for some lasagna.
Definitely.
Mate, as I always do, what are you grateful for?
I've been asked this a few times, but I think the biggest thing I'm grateful for is just my family, mate, because you don't pick your family, do you? You get brought into this world. It's potluck who you get in it. Potluck who your parents going to be, and none of like the life I've had, or none of like the opportunities I've had now, if I didn't have the mum and dad I had, or the sister, or the little family I had, I would have never have got to this place. So not to this place. I've never had the opportunities I've had, because they've just given me such a stable upbringing and such a fun one. So I just hope one day I can like give someone another opportunity like that, So
amazing, man.
See.
Love that. Well, I'm grateful for you, bro.
I'm grateful for you, mate.
Grateful for many things. Grateful when you come to Australia, you and Bush.
That was good.
Great times.
Yeah.
Eating tins of tuna. Tins of tuna noodles on a holiday. Trying to stay lean, you two were.
And we were skint, mate.
Yeah, I know. You just eating tuna. So I'm grateful for those journeys, man, of, coming over there, having such a good friendship, and, seeing you Sunday. And just, you're one of those mates, man. You're there for the good and the bad. And you've always got a shoulder, bro. So very grateful for you, man. So thanks.
I appreciate that. Thank you, mate.
All right, brother. Take care. Round of applause.
Walk it on, don't just talk it, walk it. Don't just talk it, walk it.